Another question that I got on my Glock 42 review, does it really suck video, was that I did an accuracy test with the Glock 42 with a 30-foot distance between me and a piece of steel. And somebody asked me why I didn't actually practice drawing the firearm and trying to shoot that way, because it's more of a real world experience. And there's like basically 3 reasons why I did not do that in the video, and I feel that it's important that you guys know, the why I choose to do things the way they do, so that allows you to know, other options and reasons for things are done, and it maybe betters your decisions in life, especially when using a firearm and just learning about them. And the number one reason why is that I did not have a holster for this gun. This gun is on loan. It is not mine. So I had no way to actually properly holster the firearm on my person and be able to draw from it safely without injuring myself or those around me. The big thing is just so you guys are aware, I am 100% against carrying a gun, especially a pocket gun of any sort, in your pocket, in your bag, just willy-nilly in any way without having a proper holster around it to protect this trigger area especially. I don't really care for people that just pack them like in their waistband or in their back pocket and things like that. You always should have a holster that is secured to your body via belt, or even if you had to, like a pocket holster. But I honestly always carry my gun the same way, and I always train with it the same way when I do practice drawing my firearm and shooting. And the biggest thing about how I carry a firearm, especially all my guns, I usually have a holster made specifically for each carry gun that I carry on a regular basis. I'm not saying I go buy a holster every day for every gun I own, but the ones that I carry, mainly my XDS is my carry gun now, is I always carry my gun the same way. I never change it up. I know there's people out there that will change up how they carry their gun due to the wardrobe that they have. Appendix carry behind the back, in the pocket, on the inside the waistband, pancake holster, all kinds of situations on how to carry your gun. The biggest thing is 99% of the time I will always carry my gun in the exact same manner, and I always keep it on my person in a very specific holster, belted to my body. That way it's securely fitted to my body. It's in between my clothing, so it cannot be found. Even if it was in an altercation, if I was in an altercation where somebody was like, grabbing me and things, it would be in an area where you most likely would not be able to get it off my person without a fight. Now, that doesn't mean that wouldn't happen, but it's just something that I look at to protect myself and what's on my person, especially if it can be used against me, because that can happen. The third thing about carrying a firearm, or, well, not carrying a firearm, but a third thing about drawing and practicing is I'm not super fast at it, and so I don't practice a whole bunch doing it, because I feel that there's other scenarios that you need to have going on through your mind every day, being aware, being the stages of awareness and self-protection and preservation, is that you may not always be in a one-on-one situation where you're going to literally just sit there and be like, fast draw it and go at it. You may be able to take cover. So if you take cover, you're able to assess your area, assess where people are. If you have visual of them, draw your weapon, prepare yourself. That could be a situation like an active shooter. The other thing too is you got to be aware that there might be other people carrying firearms. And the last thing you want to do is be confused with the enemy and be shot because they think that you're another person with a gun. There's lots of situations. Now, I'm not saying that there's so many in the world that you might as well just give up. I'm just saying that you need to take what's in priority to you and how you train. I'm not saying I'm an expert in any way. I just kind of wanted to share, the reasons why I did not do what I did in the video, or why I didn't do it. And I just kind of wanted to share with my thought on that. If you guys are interested in me doing an actual drawing your firearm scenario video and like discussing the scenarios that I think about when it comes to drawing your firearm, whether you're doing it from cover or one-on-one with a person, what it would take, like what are the steps or alerts or red flags that I'm going to take into account before I decide to draw my weapon and engage an enemy or threat. Let me know if you're interested in that video. I would love to do one, but it's really hard to do videos and, you know, make sure I'm getting out to those who want to know. So that's really the reason why I did not draw the gun and do an accuracy test that way, is because one, I just didn't really have the means for it, and two, I really didn't want to shoot myself.